Hello everyone, I'm gonna be showing you here how I painted these plain canvas shoes to this beautiful design of the Virgin Mary Guadalupe. I'm gonna be using this kind of fabric paint, tulip. I also have the Make, I also have the Imagine 8, and I also have these kind of brushes, which are the Artist Loft brushes. These are good brushes. Okay, so I also have the Angelos, but I'm not gonna use them this time. So what I started here doing is I used a soft pressure on the pencil first, to make sure that the measurements were right, for the front part of the canvas shoes. So, and then after I did that, after I did the drawing, so I decided to go ahead and use more pressure on the pencil so I can see better the drawing. So this is what I'm doing right now, using, more pressure on the pencil. The pencil that I'm using here is a Staedtler HB. This is a good brand, and also the darkness of the pencil is much better. You can see much better, you can sketch much better, any art. Okay, so I'm doing here the first shoe, because both shoes have to be done with the same image. They are not gonna be super identical, right? Because they're not like, we're not printing anything, we're just creating this by hand. So I did the same thing for the other shoe, the right shoe. So now I'm using more pressure on the pencil. Yeah, that's the way I did it, because I need to see where am I gonna paint. So I just used, half of her body, because, the shoes are very small. I cannot use, I cannot do the entire image of the Virgin, because this way will look better on the shoe. Okay, we're doing this. I don't know, how do you call these pointy, lines for the light, of the Virgin. But I'm finishing here the second shoe. Okay, so now I think it's done. I'm ready to paint them. Both are done. Okay, so what I will be doing now is just paint. I'm gonna paint just one shoe. Okay, I'm using here paint, and I'm using the brush, but I made a little mistake here, because I'm using a glitter paint, and I shouldn't have used a glitter paint on the face, but it was a little late for me to realize. So, but at the end, it didn't affect at all the result of the design. Okay, so what I'm painting so far right now is the face and also the hands, her hands. Okay, I'm done with that. Now I'm continuing, using the orange. I'm using the tulip markers have, there are some thick ones and also some thin ones. I'm using the thin ones because the drawing here, needs more details. Okay, so I'm coloring the little stars as well. Okay, now I'm doing with the cloak. Or the cape of the veil, something like that. Okay, anyways, so I'm using green, and just making sure you don't paint over the little stars that go on the cape, right? Or on the cloak. Okay, so continuing painting here. I'm gonna tell you that I do have an Amazon store. I'm gonna leave the link below that I'm gonna be listing also these shoes. But the first pair, always the first project, is for me. So these shoes are my size 8, and these shoes are for me because I always think that if I make any mistake, the first pair is gonna be for me. So this is the first pair. This is the first time actually I'm painting, on shoes. I have never painted on shoes before. This is the first time, and I said to myself, if it's the first time, the shoes are gonna be for me. Okay, so I'm continuing here. Okay, so what I'm gonna tell you is that this design is mine. It's mine design, because if you wanna sell something, you have to create your own designs, because for trademark or for, those purposes, you need to make sure you use your own designs. That's why I'm gonna be selling these shoes on my Amazon store. I already, put the listing for sale. But again, this first pair is for me. But the second one or the third one or the ones that I make are going to be for other people that request, these kind of shoes. So I'm gonna leave the link below of my Amazon store in case you want to take a look the items that I'm selling. I make handmade products, but because I enjoy so much drawing these, so on shoes, painting on shoes, so that's why I decided to also add this product to my Amazon store. Okay, I finished using the orange. Now I'm gonna be using, I used the light brown. Now I'm gonna be using the orange. Okay, now I'm adding the yellow for the outside part. Okay, so I'm almost done there coloring. Then I'm gonna do the outline. The outline, I'm using this the thin point marker. Yeah, the tip has to be very thin, so because you have to add those details on the face and on the rest of the clothing. Okay, I just want to tell you that I did also more designs on the shoe, around the shoe, which I did flowers, and I also added the word La Virgen de Guadalupe, which is the name of the Virgin. But I did not record that part because, that's very easy. This is the hardest part, doing the design of the Virgin. Okay, I'm finishing here. So I decided not to outline the outside part of the light and all that, the yellow and the orange. I decided to leave it like that. Okay, I'm done. I finished this project, but I need to put on the shoes. Yes, they're finished. Let's see how they look now. You're gonna see me put them on these shoes. They are my size anyways. I bought them size 8. And I also put my initials on the back. Okay, here's the final product. This is the final project. How do you think it looks? They look so nice. Okay, these are my feet. And I'm gonna be, so I have this pair of low-cut socks that I'm gonna be wearing. So I decided to wear just one sock only for one shoe, because I'm gonna put on one shoe with the sock and the other one with no sock. Look how bright, they look. The colors are beautiful. You see the flowers design? There, the flowers design. This is my pair as a sample of shoes. They look so nice. And look at the wording. The Virgin of Guadalupe. That's what it says. Okay, now this is my other shoe that I'm gonna be wearing without a sock. I'm not gonna put on any sock there. Just like that. The shoes are very comfortable. They're good quality. And they look very, very nice. I love them. I love them so much that I decided to list them on my Amazon store. Well, I appreciate you, looking at this video, and thank you for watching. But they look so nice, right? Yes, look how nice the design and the flowers and the wording looks. Everything looks good. Okay, thank you again, and hopefully you'll see me on the next video. Bye-bye.